BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Ding, ding, ding. Hello, hello, hello. I am Melikia K, Courtney, and welcome to SXP MetaMorphosis 365 Growth Podcast. We have a full-on day today of thought, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So a short version is, I start every show with gratitude because that's important to me. Thank you to Sunshine Cromwell, who was talking about me behind my back, and as a result, introduced me to BLAST Music247, which is where this podcast also goes live. If you have not followed BLAST Music247, if you have not followed Melikia K Courtney, both of those channels on YouTube, definitely do. There's good stuff here, okay? So thanks to both. Let me pop this real quick and make this simple for you to go do that. All right, so this way you have access to both. And boom, that's what we have for that. Okay. Today's conversation is I won't say a light one, not a light one, not a heavy one, but definitely not designed for kids. Okay, great. Libations and liberation. Libations and liberation. I was thinking. Now I set this room, show, however you want to call it, podcast episode up about a month ago. And from that time to this time, and even pre that time, if you are in the United States, you have been seeing the chitardery that is going on. That's a new word. I think I need to hand it to Mojave. The chitardery that has been going on in the U.S. concerning economics, concerning education, concerning safety, concerning folks eating, concerning bodies being safe to go outside. There are literally people who have been staying in their house for fear of supposed folks wrapped up in clothes that say ICE coming to yoke them up and send them off places. And it has grown to the point where we are officially in mayhem. This is madness.com, and I not like anyone that I'm attached to be stuck in the feelings of madness.com. I believe in the growth point. This is a high and wonderful time to grow. Wouldn't you agree? This is a time to dig down into self, into anchor, to anchor into whatever deity, i.e. the libations. And for those who don't understand libations, please understand it's the pouring out of liquid in honor to deity. And I'm going to get back to that in just a second. But the liberation, there has to come a point of self-liberation. We've got to get to that point of self-examination to even get to liberation. And I knew that I would love to provide you with some thoughts. One, this is what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to quickly kind of lay out a few things so that we understand. For those of us who are over here, we get to participate in democracy and elections and such like this. Sure. We participate, but I find that majority of the folks don't take time to understand what they're participating in and the bills that come after they've participated. How does that impact you? And this is if you're looking for a what's in it for me kind of conversation, love, this is for you. This affects you, anyone you love, your household, your dog, your cat. Okay, get the picture. Do we understand that bombs have been exchanged? Do we understand that missiles are being exchanged? Do we understand that you as citizens, as quiet as kept, these lovely people, we're calling people today, who we have elected into office, some of we, have essentially done away with naturalized citizenship? Do we understand what that means? Do we understand that this is the same steps that Nazi Germany took. And they took their cues from the United States of America, baby. So I want you to understand, this is chickens coming home to roost. This is that conversation. What do you do when the plates start falling? And literally, when the plates start falling, consider this. Some folks who have no freaking clue what it is to be assisted by the public, like a SNAP. I think it's still called SNAP. I don't know, maybe Link, something like that. But it's food stamps, essentially, okay? And to know that schools are being restricted financed, not being financed to feed children. Don't want to feed them at school, don't want to feed them at home, but don't want nobody having no abortions neither. This is a conversation. This is our conversation. Like, if you have not been a part of the conversation, well, let me kind of shine a little bit of light why you might want to become part of the conversation. Now, where we're going to start is we're going to talk about 12 quick things that kind of shape what we're experiencing. I would like for you to understand it from that point. We're not going to stay there. That's not the, you know what I mean? This is the framework. So those 12 points for that, I want to move into 12 essential things for you, your own personal self-liberation. I want to move that mind and get this conversation moving in your mind, that thought process going, and then offer you 12 implementable steps. Okay, so we're on 12. I like 12. So we about to get 12'd up, okay? This is the only time I like 12. I'll be on some other stuff when it comes to certain other 12s. Them other 12s I got a problem with because I don't like how they acting. Okay, how about that? And it's not all of them. Some of them are wonderful, but some of them on that shittardery. Okay, shittarderfuckeries. Okay, great. All right, darlings. So understand what it means when tax cuts are going on. When you are experiencing tax cuts for the wealthy, and think about the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. / corporate tax rates, and gave benefits to the top 1% as if they needed benefits. Now, don't want to give benefits to working class families or those in the instituted poverty range. Don't want them to have benefits, but it's okay to give the government workers, the top 1%, corporations. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Are you understanding? And I'm painting this picture because you understand, if you ever played with a spinning top, I used to love those when I was a kid. Bang, you get that spin, and suddenly flip, it flips upside down. So do understand, these are the things that are going to flip upside down. And when that happens, I am praying that we don't see the full of it, but touch your history real quick and see what happens when you flip so hard, when you press that coil so tightly down, and then it gets loose, baby. So think about that, the widening of the wealth gap by reducing the revenue and the programs. Look at how many programs are gone missing. What am I saying? Why am I saying it? Because it is time to get involved in conversation. If you have not been reaching out to your legal teams, to your representatives of your state, to your Congress, if you have not been reaching out, baby, it's time. It's time to make phone calls. It's time to go to them town halls for those who are having them, because we do know that some of the politicians are hiding the hell out because they know what they did. Okay? And they have literally sold America out. I don't know what will be called next, but this ain't feeling like America no more if we're looking around. Okay, great. 2, the fines and fees. If you understand that, and these are controlling systems, these are the systems that are holding the crazy in place. Okay, tax cuts for the wealthy, the fines and fees that you find with laws when people are incarcerated, and putting that burden on the people to satisfy them. I mean, we're talking folks who were at poverty and below, indigent people. How does that work? Creating debt cycles and criminalizing poverty, especially for marginalized communities. This is what we're experiencing. If you did not know, this is why I'm verbalizing it, so that it is, you can't sit there and say you don't know no more. All right, this is that conversation, the awareness in of things. This is what we're experiencing, and this is how it's going to affect all of us, because what some don't seem to understand, if one of us ain't free, none of us are. And how we don't get that blows my mind. But let's fast forward. Zoning laws that prohibit affordable housing. Do we understand that exists? I have some friends that are pink who have chosen a blindness, a deafness that even comes off as indifference sometimes, because all of the information is available. And if you are one of my pink friends and you catch this, why aren't you taking time to know? The world does not exist in that one bubble. And this is for my brown friends and my yellow friends and my green friends, all y'all. The bubble that you exist in is not the only bubble. Please pop your bubble, come outside and see what the hell is going on. I looked at a video 2 days ago and watched while these villains, 2 videos, are pulling up on people, and the way they were handling these women, these brown women. Oh my ever God, where is that okay? Where are the concerned citizens? And in that particular case, let me tell you what, they were on deck. Am I saying go put yourself in harm's way? Nah, but am I saying close your eyes and look away like it's not happening? Hell no. This is not that time. This is not that time. I really enjoy that one story where something was going on. Went asked for help to this group of people. They looked away. Next, another group of people come. Same people, they're asking for help. Once again, they're looking away, and now they make their way through all these other people. Then effed over, and now it's your turn, and now you want to look around for help. Ain't no help because you ain't help. How about that? So this is me saying to you, get involved. Be helpful as you can. Something as simple as becoming aware so that you can share the awareness. Hey, what's going on? Let me educate you on what's happening, and let me educate you on what you can do, because we have to, in all of this, remain clear, remain vigilant, peace in self, and practice. And the practice being treat people how you want to be treated. If you're not going to stand around and allow someone you love to be mishandled by someone running around saying that they're ICE when they're absolutely NOT, running around in Chuck Taylors, come on, my guy, there's some lying going on. We do understand, and it's been reported and validated. I already figured that out from the gate. People are running up and snatching up women and doing harmful things to them, saying that they're ICE, but then going off and doing dastardly things. This ain't nothing new. This is just another opportunity. And if you are Black and brown, you dang well know that. And if you are not, wake the hell up and know that, because this has been going on from jump, from stealing a nation, from genocide of its Aboriginal people, from lying and saying that every Black body was brought over here on a ship or a boat, which we know was a damn lie. We were here, okay? And then some were kidnapped and stolen, all right? And we have what we have. And then what's really wild is the arrogance of people who want people to go home. You go home first. Politely. All right. 3, the zoning laws that prohibit the affordable housing. Do you understand that there are people who would love to live indoors? Do you understand that? But because our politicians have not been laid upon by the people to insist that we have restrictions in place for people who have no morals, none, and will raise a rent or a mortgage, or make it damn near impossible for folks to get that, like scrupulous people. Get it? We can get involved. Folks would love to live inside, some of them, but they need a path to do that. And that is where we, the people, come in. This is truly a we the people conversation. Do you understand how powerful we the people are? If we were not, there would not be so much effort to divide us, to distract us, to weigh us down and burden us so heavy that we can't look up from our routine and rhythmic life. Bust the model. Get your head up and see what's going on around you outside. Okay. The Citizens United versus FEC. It allowed unlimited political spending by corporations and wealthy donors. That's what we experienced this last election cycle. unchecked, no balance, paid for an election, and came in sliding, get that money's worth. Bruh, the best robbery in daylight I've ever seen. We've ever seen. And some of us are seeing but refuse to acknowledge what we're seeing. This is just common thievery on an escalated level. Pay attention. Property taxes and this one pissed me off so big, and I had to share this. The property tax funded public education, when you know that it creates the disparities, when you know that it creates the disparities, these are the games, these are the systemic games that have been put in place for us to play, and we have played. It's time to stop playing these games. It's time to burn them games to the ground and create a new. If we are ever to see liberation, if we're ever to see all of us free. All right? Because, and here's what's maybe not understood, but true. In order to hold someone in an oppressed state, you have to be present, engaged, and active to oppress. You ain't free either. How about it? So it's time to wake up. The local school funding tied to neighborhood wealth creates massive disparities. Wealth communities get better schools. The wealthy communities, we get that. Poor communities, more difficulty, underfunded, no resources. If we don't get that, now you get it. This is exactly what's happened. I have lived all over Chicago, loves, and I've gotten to see the wealthy areas. I've gotten to see the what the hell is going on over here areas. Do you understand? And I had some wonderful conversations along the way with some lovely politicians, and I've been banging drums for years now, and I've been saying some stuff for years now because I see it and I mean it. And when my pink people tell me, oh, well, we're just not ready for that, as a nation, we're just not ready for it. Nah, bullshit. We've been ready. We've been ready. Maybe you're not, but it's time for you to get ready because this shit's imploding. Like, are we paying attention to what's happening in our America? For whatever it is, it's ours, right? And forever, whoever they are, I find that we are one people. And until we really figure out how to come together and get past the BS and all of the systems and the games that we were offered to play and really come together as we the people and shut this shit down like we need to, it's about that time. Let's talk about the property taxes. We did that already. At will employment, folks getting fired because they can. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. It undermines the collective bargaining. I keep notes so I can stay on track because this stuff pisses me off real heavy, and I want to communicate very well and help you understand where I'm at and why we're talking about this. Lower wages, fewer protections for workers. Get me started on our Spanish family and how ill-treated. I had a conversation, this was probably last week, and I had to stop for a minute and think about, anytime I come into a conversation, I want to make sure that, and look at my lens. I believe in turning that lens on myself, the things that I'm sharing with you. I hope that you take that, adopt that, turn that lens on yourself. Have you ever been in a position where you benefited from someone not being paid what they were supposed to be paid? Did you participate in that system? And I'm going to say, yes, you did. I believe we all did. Look at our produce systems. Look at our nation, where it stands today. Free labor. That's why. Okay. Don't want folks to have property. Don't want folks to vote. Don't want folks to eat. But damn it, guess what? And then when I'm talking about folks, I'm talking about Black and brown folks. If that is your issue, that is your personal issue, because damn it, it's due. Think of it as retirement. How about that? About 450, 500 fucking years. How about that? We cussing a lot today. That's pretty much what we on. Got it? So I find that it is time to really sit and look at the systems, consider the bankruptcy laws, consider the laws that surround one of the biggest debt that keep people with Chapter 7's medical debt. That medical debt, and then also consider the school loans. Like, are you hearing what I'm saying? All these systems they've been put in place. Hey, this sounds like a good idea. Let's do this. But are you paying attention to why it's being done? Look at the executive orders since dude got in office. Look at what's being deconstructed. Like, the one thing I am is military minded, and I've seen that shit coming a mile away. Like, this is destabilization 102, 201. Okay, like, are you paying attention to what is happening around you? Because some folks are sitting fluffy. I get it. I have been a part of these conversations. Black folks tired. Y'all go ahead and have it. Go ahead and protest. Be on the street. Go ahead and get chewed on by the dogs. Go ahead and get hit by them sign bars. Go ahead. Go handle it. But here's the truth of the matter. It's only a matter of time before it comes to your front door. It's a matter of time before it comes to your front door. And I say it with confidence because we've seen this before. Like, dude, are you paying attention? This is history repeating itself. What do you think is going to happen when folks can't feed their children? And some people have their pets that mean more to them than their children. What do you think is going to happen when folks can't do that? Like, do you honestly think folks going to just sit around and not do that? Now, there will be some people who will choose death, and they will harm themselves, and they will be out of the equation. However, there will be some who hit the gun run and ain't playing about that, who gonna go get it. And would you like to be that community that has the child that comes to set it on fire and watch that whole burn so it can have heat? Or would you prefer to be that community that takes time to embrace that child and be like, hey, listen, come on, let's figure this out together? That's why we're talking about this today. I probably should check my time. Lack of rent control, I talked about that for a hot second. You people and us people who rent, where is your grace? Where is your wisdom? And where is your honor? If you are willing to try and squeeze blood from a turnip, you done bumped your head and you're creating the situation. You're helping to be a part of the system. I had a conversation with someone who owns several properties and several businesses, yada, yada, yada. And the justification was, well, it's everybody else is doing it. You know, it's legal. Come on now, where's your integrity? Because everybody else is doing it, because it's justified, and because it's legal. How many things are legal on the books, but nowhere near moral? Nowhere near the God you say you love, especially my folks who run around saying they Christians. I love how Maya Angelou said it already. So soon? Nah, it's just not the case. It's not the case. You cannot sit in one breath and say you love God and then shit on what Christ did while Christ was here. Orphans and widows. That's the basics. That's the basics. So lie to yourself if you want to. This is the wake-up call. You are lying to yourself. Knock it off. And for those who are moving in it, thank God for you. Thank God for the people who have sense. Thank God for the people who are loving one another. Thank God for the people who are standing up in the streets and saying, not in front of me. You're not gonna do this evil in front of me. It's not gonna happen. I thank God for folks like that. I see Christ in you. How about that? The 12th one was, and I talked about that already, the student loan. So I just wanted to make sure that I talked about a few of the systems that are in place that help to continue the increase in the divide of economics, the increase in the divide of housing, the increase in the divide of education. Again, pointing to the systems that we have in place. This is a breaking point. It's important to understand that when you've hit breaking points, it's a perfect time to create. And in order to create, I love how Obama said when he was in office, and it was the truth. Okay, boom, got me in office. Now push. Don't sit down. Don't get comfortable, because that was not the goal. The goal was not to have that man elected. The goal was to help him as a president create an America that we all want to live in. When that man was president, we were all citizens. Everybody was considered. I cannot say the same for the orange toddler who was in office acting a complete ridiculous, who has openly made it clear he don't give a damn about women. He don't give a damn about folks he considered to be minorities. And to the tune of his friends who've been playing with him, 2025 authors, folks who took time to make 40 million, I think it is. Folks changed their designation. You are no longer mixed race or Asian, you just straight up white magically. Have you checked your status lately? Like, it's going down. This is truly that wake up call and conversation. Please wake up. Please pay attention to what's going on. Please. I don't like news. I don't like sitting and just sucking on that stuff. I think it is poisonous, and I get it. So I'm not going to encourage you to sit and do 12 hours of that doo-doo. Don't do that. But pay attention, because in the moment you may be saving your life. We're dropping bombs on people. Do you think they're gonna sit there and not throw some fight back? I ain't met too many people that you're just gonna sit up there and swing on and swing on and swing on, and they're not gonna swing back. So damn it up. It is really that time. It is that conversation time. And if you have not put a plan of place, like my people, we know where to meet, we know where we're meeting. If it goes down, we know how we respond. And do you have a plan of response? And yes, my folks that's gonna pray, please pray. I encourage that. But you damn well better get a plan together, Sugarfoot. And also to understand, I would encourage everybody to get you some tactical training, get you some defense training so that if somebody comes up to you and grabs you up, one, know your laws. Know your laws. Who can approach you? What can they say? What can they do? Now, physically, someone may be able to overpower you and make you, weapons involved, the whole nine of that. But baby, at least know your laws and learn a little something. Learn a little get back, get up off of me. Learn a little bit of that, okay? So that you are able to respond in this climate. Like the climate has changed. We are no longer riding bikes side to side, you feel, and just being safe and moving around comfortably. Not everybody. And what needs to be understood is the moment that everybody can't do it, like we were already teetering and tottering, right? But the moment that people feel like they cannot provide for themselves and their family, you have created a new climate. The moment that people feel like it's time to get a plan, the moment that you start seeing commercials outright, I can't think of the name of that company, and I'm glad I can't because they're ass, but they're fear mongering. They're targeting white women to frighten them into protecting themselves from Black men. I mean, the commercials are reckless, and I've already reported because I'm going to do that. But I do want you to understand, I want those women to know how to protect themselves as well. And I want every woman to know how to protect herself, every daughter to know how to protect herself, every son to know how to protect themselves. So it is time to have that conversation. Playtime is over. This is literally just the simple of it. Playtime is over. Look at what's happening. Examine the systems that you are living and participating in. Well, I don't have government assistance. Okay, you're still paying into it. You're still voting. You're still living. We still running up in these stores, paying whatever they put out in front of us. Eggs, $18 damn. Have you lost your mind? Rent going up, everything steady going up. But we can afford to pay, dude, $8 million a day. $8 million a day. For what? Nobody has given accountability to where our information has gone under the hands of Mr. Musk. No checks and balances. Okay, so are you paying attention? Update on your computer is calling for AI cores. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? And the access that you're saying yes to, like for real, it is wake up time. Please understand the systems that you're participating in. I love AI. I think it's really helpful. It helps organize thoughts, the whole nine of this. Cool. But what else does it do? All right. So this is the wake up part of the conversation. We're kind of like at 28 minutes. I want to touch this first and then we'll go do all of our breaks. 12 essential elements of liberation. Okay, so we done laid out the problem real well. Part of it, that's just a part of it. There's so much going on, so many fires is normally how I say it. However, even though these fires are blazing, there is something you can do. You are not helpless. That is where I find joy. Like we are not helpless. We are not. We are quite powerful. And the more we gather, the stronger we hold together and define what it is we would like and work toward that. Oh yeah, boycott's still going on. Pockets crying because you want to play. So enjoy your games and enjoy the response. You cannot dictate when you throw a fist and hit someone. You cannot dictate their response. You cannot sit and say, "Oh, you only get to throw one fist and hit me back because I only hit you one fist." Nah, I fit to kick your can in, bruh. Nah, it ain't that. So understand the fists have been thrown. What you gonna do? All right, cousin. Awareness. Awareness is one of the greatest states to move in. It is a freaking must. This is essential. Let's move to the quotes. You can't free what you can't see. The first step forward toward liberation is recognizing the systems. Please take time to understand the systems and the beliefs. Have you taken time to understand why you believe what you believe, how you believe what you believe, what happens in your life to reinforce what you believe is true. Relationships that keep you bound, that's another place. And look at them relationships, internally, externally. I harp every week on introspection, and I'm gonna, because we need to be vigilant in that, be aware, like wake up. Cannot free what you can't see. Get it? Telling the truth. Truth telling is the second element of essential element of liberation. Liberation begins where silence ends. Open up your throat. There is a whole song. Please go find it. I want to say it's Animal Collective, but it might not be. But open up your throat and let the truth spill out. Name the injustice. Do not stand by and let trash happen in front of you and say nothing. Don't be that person. Name the injustice. Report what you can report. Intervene when you can intervene. Rule number 1, no dying. Keep yourself safe. But do not just let trash happen in front of you, and do not be the hands that bring the garbage. Don't do it. Name injustice, name the trauma, or internalize lies. Okay? Without sugarcoating it. My mom used to say that when we were kids, don't sugarcoat it. Don't sugarcoat it. And I love that. What's the point of adding sugar to shit? Still shit. And who wants to eat that? Courage. One moment. Truth telling is both resistance and release. So this is where I'm teaching the resistance. This is the resistance. It is resistance and it is release. Courage. Got to have courage on deck. That's 3. To be free is to risk being seen and misunderstood. I'm sure some people might watch this and be like, what the hell is she on? Yo, I am on some libation and liberation type vibe because this is that time. That's what I'm on. To be free is to risk being seen and misunderstood. Liberation demands stepping into the unknown, breaking the patterns, challenging the power, and confronting your fear, trusting that your actions will make a difference. All right? It will make a difference. You being aware, you being courageous, you telling the truth, it's going to make a difference. It's going to make an impact. It will help. It does make a difference. One person does make a difference. 4, critical thinking. Some folks turn their brain off and hit that pause button when it comes to particular categories because they don't want to deal with it. They don't want the stress that comes with it or the weight and the worry. But that's not going to go away. Not going to go away. Unlearning is a form of freedom. You can unlearn hatred. Even if you've been taught all your life to hate a person because of their skin color, whether you are black, taught to hate white folks, whether you are white, taught to hate black folks, whether you are taught that you are black, and whether you are taught that you are white. Madness. You can unlearn the Shatara fuckeries. Yes, you can. Deconstructing inherited systems. We are dealing with colonialism, capitalism, supremacy, or imagined supremacy, because you ain't supreme, darling. Not at all. And misogyny. Y'all, I'm about to piss off a whole bunch of people, and I'm okay with that. One moment, please. And building new values based on equity, care, and humanity. This is the point. I don't want to give you one without the other. We want to build new values. We want to base them on equity. We want to base them in care and base them in humanity, because that is what we are. We are humanity. We the people. And we can build a better union. We freaking can. I believe that. When it comes to misogyny, one of the most direct forms of unlearning, I believe one of the primary places we have to start, we literally got to deal with how religion is handled here, how religion disappears the feminine, how it makes it fully male. God the Father, God the Son, and then magically a Holy Ghost. Who is the Holy Ghost? Okay, last time I checked, when there was a father and there was a child, somewhere and there is a mother. Somebody got a mama somewhere. Test tube or not. Get the picture? So it is time to start having these conversations. Why is it so important to mute the feminine? Why is that so important to the male psyche and ego? Why must Eve be the villain dastardly and go to hell? And why is the man so lifted and the woman so fallen or hidden or unworthy or incapable of body autonomy or critical thinking or activity when the hand of the woman turns this shit? Because the moment we stop, the moment we don't, guess what? Okay, so be mad. I understand some people won't understand that, and I'm okay with that. But it is time to address that. It is time to bring that balance back, because we are existing in imbalance and we are getting the results of it from the Toto Ruda, literally from the body of believers on out. That is why someone can come look you in your face and tell you a curse. That is why someone can come blame a woman for being raped. All right. Pay attention to the systems. It is time to deconstruct those systems and build something better. All right. Collective healing. It's about that time. It's about that time. None of us are free till all of us are free. I already made that point, and I'm very serious about that. Fannie Lou, Miss Fannie Lou, let me be respectful. Miss Fannie Lou said that a long, long time ago, and I agree. It is a truth. None of us are free till all of us are free. And how do we know that? Look at what we're dealing with right now. Oh, we're free. Home of the free, land of the brave, or however it go. Maybe messed it up. But look at what we're dealing with right now. How many citizens of the United States have been corralled? No due process, thrown on a plane and into a prison. Today years old. All right. Okay, so it is time to pay that attention. I see comments. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pop to the comments. Self-determination. I define me. You define you. Period. Let's start there. And the power to name yourself, to tell your story, to make choices and shape your destiny. Free from coercion or shame. Coercion or shame. If you look at all the systems that we participate in, there is a modicum of coercion and there is the use of shame. Come again, come again. If you don't believe me, just look. Do your inventory. Look, because you will find it is as I've said it is. Access and equity, that's 7. Liberation is not a luxury, y'all. Free people have access to education, to food, to housing, to health care, and a fair shot when it comes to justice, fair representation. That's what free people experience, some of anyway. In presence, let's go back, because that bothers me. Like that really, it touches my heart when I think about how many folks are incarcerated because the system needs to keep its muscles strong, not because they belong there, but because of the color of their skin, or because it's that time and it's quota time, or because someone wants to experience a bonus, or just someone wants to be a dick that day. You know? Ain't nothing right about that. Free people have access to education, food, housing, healthcare, and fair representation. Freedom without resources is a mirage. Run your mouth. Run your mouth. I remember growing up on the south side of Chicago. I remember when they closed the resource center, the place where kids could go and be indoors and doing something productive. I remember when they closed it. And then what occurred? I remember when they came dropping off drugs in the community. I remember when they came dropping off needles. I remember when they sent the guns in the train thing and left it open and let's go, let's get a gun run started up in here. So again, we are experiencing the results of systems. You'd have to look at your own life and see where your systems are and what has been guiding your life. What have you been actively participating in? It's time to wake up. Like, wake up and take action. All right. Ooh, yes. Rest and reconnection. Very, very important. Rest is a portal to freedom. That that is to be known. That's a quote too. Trisha said that. Liberation isn't just resistance, as I encourage in both. It's restoration. Like it's restoration. We've got to restore. There's so much hurt in the water. There's so much injustice in the water. There's so many wounds to be tended to, especially in a nation like this where so many were welcomed here. Okay. Some weren't welcome, some were stolen. I get that. Down the road a piece. So there's much work to do, and restoration is a large part of it. Reparations is a large part of it as well. Joy, rest, creativity, three of my favorite things. Joy, rest, and creativity. And presence, they're all radical acts against or in an oppressive system. So I encourage you to find joy. I encourage you to get rest and continue to create. You see where a need is? Fill it. Get creative. And if you're not able to do it just by yourself, that's what We the People are for. Go find your We the People. Find your group of folks that's going to move with you as you move to make the differences that make sense. Because it's really that time. It's time to create our own education system. It is time to deal with how the government has been governing or lack thereof, because we the people have not been represented. No. Okay. Accountability and voice and imagination. Let's go. Start with voice. Speak. Even if your voice shakes, if it's scary, if you don't want to, open your mouth, open up your throat, touch that. Freedom includes the right to express, to protest, to create, and to question without fear of erasure or punishment. That is our freedom. We have that freedom protected right now, even though it's quite under attack. Exercise it. My mom used to say, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. Same thing with language. That's how it stuck with me the most. But I understand that it applies to so many areas. If you do not use it, you do not exercise your rights, you lose them. You do not exercise your freedoms, and I put it in that freedoms with the S on it for real, you lose them. You must protect. We must protect our freedoms. All right. Accountability, we can't heal without, if we won't hold one another accountable, we can't heal. If you do not sit with your people and say, hey, listen, knock that shit off, you're not right. You know, if you sit there silently while somebody is spouting off the stupidest of stupid, and you're going to sit there quietly and let them be stupid, that's not right. You're not a friend. You don't care. Because people who care are going to call their people to the carpet. Like, listen, you sound like a whole idiot, not even a half one. This is stupid. That, like, what sense are you making? Like, honest to God, like, listen to you real quick. Hear what you are saying. Do you really at the core you believe that? And if at the core of you believe some of that stupid that you're spouting off, why? Was it a system of belief that was created for you to live and exist in that makes absolutely no freaking sense, i.e. racism, classism, economic divide, foolery, not treating people the way you want to be treated? All those systems of belief, have you fallen victim to those systems? And if so, did you understand that there is a way forward, even if you have to create it? Most of the times, we already have systems in place to help us step out of stupid. Like, for real. Already in place. Find your systems. So, accountability. Liberation includes responsibility. Not shame, but the brave work of repair, restitution, and course correction. You can correct yourself. Yeah, I was over here. I believe this. I thought it was this. I came to understand that it was not. Now, what do? You don't sit there with your thumb in your ass, wallowing. This ain't that. What do you need to do? What do you need to do to correct your course? What do you need to do to clean up your mess? Get to it. All right, imagination. What if freedom isn't a destination, but a way of being? Like, what if that's the case? What if we can come to understand that golden rule applies? You treat people the way you want to be treated. Golden rule applies. You don't get in the way of someone having what you want for yourself. And I'm speaking about the systems when I say it like this, all right? For those people who are workers and working in that field and actively working to impede, I pray karma come visit you quickly. I pray God rain on your head. And literally, in the sense of if you have been blessing, I pray that rain is a refreshing rain that God pours back on you, right? If you have been working and you have been seeding and you have been efforting and helping and protecting and speaking out, I pray that all of those blessings come to fruition for you. If you should ever find yourself in need, for someone to speak out for you, for someone to impact your situation, I pray that that is immediately there for you. And for those who have just actively been throwing out footballs of doo-doo, beating people, it's coming for you. And I only pray that it's magnified and that it gets your attention, that you get exactly what you've been kicking out, and that you come to a conclusion to make a better choice. That is my hope. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's okay, great. Let's move to this. Liberation requires radical imagination. Facts. To envision joy beyond survival. Too many of us living in survival mode. Okay. Relationships beyond control. Economies beyond exploitation. Can you sit with that for a minute? Can you imagine what it would look like to exist in an economy beyond exploitation? If we could take another step past enslavement, I swear it feels like there's only been a couple of steps forward, and the color of the chains look different, and the people who are in them, it's been more inviting. What do we do? Sacred interdependence. We are all connected, and I fully believe that. We are all experiencing all of this. This is going to affect all of us, some to different degrees, but it will affect all of us. There's no way around that. Freedom doesn't mean isolation. So I'm not saying go hide nowhere. This is not that. This is not that. It means choosing connection without domination. It honor your ancestors, honor the earth, honor yourself, honor the children and the future generations to come. That is sacred interdependence. So I'm giving you a lot today, and I know that, but this is going to be on replay, so you can go and press play again and get the points and get to thinking and get to creating and get to taking action and get to making this a world that you want to be in and want to pass on to the children. This is that conversation. I think I probably should stop before I give you the last bit. So the 12 steps to personal liberation, I want to get to that, and we will get to that. But I do have to pause for a minute and do this. So let me share some news on news. One, hey partner, what's going on? Hey Brony. Hey. Chi-town in the building all day. Yeah. Swear. I'm reading the comments while I'm sharing them, y'all. Yeah, and that's crazy. That's so freaking true. Don't want folks to have nothing but want their money. Isn't it asinine? Isn't it incredibly foolish to find that you believe someone is inferior to you, that they were built that way or born that way? I think people choose inferiority with their behaviors. But we ain't gotta get on that right now because I gotta go do this. I gotta go handle some biz stuff. So with BLASTMUSIC247, you can subscribe. Go to that BLASTMUSIC247, subscribe. You want to do it as one of two things. You want to subscribe as a watcher, like a viewer, a fan, right? And this gives you access to all the wonderful, wonderful things over there too. If you are an artist and you'd like to have your music and videos shared during a podcast, you want to do that over there as well and be a BLAST artist. And I'm going to share one such artist as soon as I find it. I want to play something new today. Let's go. This is Yamasani, the culture.
Okay, girl, get it together. I'ma stand by your side. If it's trouble, I'ma ride. Gotta do it for the culture. Unity should coincide. Gotta do it for the culture. I'ma stand by your side. Gotta do it for the culture.
Who's a Jew and who's not? That seems to be the new topic. But I'd rather talk about who profits from violence on them singles you copping. Man-made holidays commonly deceive you in shopping. We in such pain, we seek out naproxen. Try to switch to PEA and doctors treat it like it's treason to stop it. Big Pharma feeling the karma. It's the season of logic and we waking up, clean the house, mentally steaming the carpet. This the reconstruction era, breathing the carcass. Read me the charges. Kyrie retweets an image and they're seizing his dollars. Stephen A says I'm loving this and he even hollers for stricter punishment. Oh, and Shaq, he's an accomplice, saying Kyrie should be suspended. Me being honest, media egregiously takes brothers, even hermanas, and pins them up against one another to feed the piranhas. I mean that Kyrie stormed the Capitol with thieves and Obamas. I'm watching all this happen at the crib in my pajamas like
I'ma stand by your side. If it's trouble, I'ma ride. Gotta do it for the culture. Unity should coincide. Gotta do it for the culture. I'ma stand by your side. Gotta do it for the culture.
Can I trouble you for a moment in time for us to huddle to? My people been through more ups and downs than the letter W. God, your people fell out of touch. We scared to summon you. We worship false idols that encourage us to be drug induced. The truth is hard to rebuttal, yay, so they muzzle you. Call you an unsolvable puzzle and they unpublish you. Try to make you earn approval with hurdles you jump into. But wait, make your decision like turtles, cause they can tug at you. But they know who you are, it's a power struggle and suppers do. Reclaim your seat at the table, pour you a cup or two. Take the largest portion of justice because they hunting you. Don't forget to finish that spinach dish in the supper stew. Leave the humble pot for the shot with the hitting colors too. Once you discover self with compass, you'll notice something new. They don't want you smarter cause all of it's meant to comfort you and keep you running in a virtual bubble that's puncture proof.
I'ma stand by your side. If it's trouble, I'ma ride. Gotta do it for the culture. Unity should coincide. Gotta do it for the culture. I'ma stand by your side. Gotta do it for the culture.
Dear LeBron, some say you the GOAT. I think that label's a joke for any human, cause every human's the greatest that's woke. So I'm confused by the words that you chose to use in your quote. You don't respect it, Brian, who you protecting? To not support the truth that your brother spoke is pathetic. I guess stealing people's identities copacetic. You act as if Kyrie is a random user on Reddit that posted a random documentary to say he said it. But when in contrary, he's been mostly prophetic, especially with that jab that you took. Do you regret it? You know how many adverse reactions needed a medic? Your boy Kyrie's with the ancestors comedic. They burned our temples, took our Prius paper to shred it. And you ain't say a word when they called him anti-Semitic. Brian, with everything else, you're so versatile and eclectic. John Sally stood up for Kai. Your boy Shay Shay ain't expected, but
I'ma stand by your side. If it's trouble, I'ma ride. Gotta do it for the culture. Unity should coincide. Gotta do it for the culture. I'ma stand by your side. Gotta do it for the culture.
Ooh-wee. Once again, that's Yamasani, and the song title is The Culture. Go on over there and get registered if you have not taken time to follow Melikia K. Courtney on YouTube. Please do. If you'd like to connect with me on Instagram, it is Melikia.LadyMolotov, and it's spelled Molotav. So Melikia.LadyMolotov over there. And on YouTube, Melikia K. Courtney. All my other medias is generally under my name. Probably should take time to introduce myself professionally. I am a licensed life coach and also spiritual ritual discipline coach. There are many things that I take time to teach because it is important to me that the folks around me are aware. All right. And the ones who work with me one-on-one, it's important to me that you are on top. It's important to me that you are healed. And the healing, folks have called me a healer. I don't necessarily say it like that. What I say is I help folks heal themselves. right? So that is my effort. Easily responding when somebody say, hey, what do you do? I love people back to life. Mad simple. And if you know or want to know what that looks like for yourself, if something I've said today kind of resonated with you and you feel like, all right, I'd like to take a 12-week walk with you. I'd like to take a 6-month walk with you. I'd like to take a 1-year walk with you professionally. Then I invite you powerfully to act on it. Simple. You can email me at lifeissanctuaryxp. lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. So very simple. And that's, to me, will be you raising your hand saying, hey, listen, let's work together. Help me get to the places that I want to get to mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I'm on deck. Part 2. September, the second weekend. Sanctuary Experience number 10. That is the 3-day event for the women. 3 days where myself and my Florida affiliate partner, we get together and we tend to the women, soul to soul. Okay? This means that if you are a woman, high achievers, women who make great impact and carry great weight at the same time, have been through incredible traumas and betrayals at the same time, and are still loving and fighting forward to love the people around you and build community and do the same, you need somewhere to come unpack. That is what I provide with Sanctuary Experience 3-day for the women. Okay. If you're a gent, my apologies, can't come. But you are welcome to work with me one-on-one or in group coaching, because I do offer that as well. Okay. So I've extended myself not only by coming and doing the podcast and sharing this for the free, but I've extended the invitation to come and work together and literally address the business that begins in your body, to address those thoughts and things that go bump in the night that keep you away from your peace and your freedom. Come on, get free. Come on, get free. All right. Life is sanctuaryxp@gmail.com. You're welcome to email me, and that's raising your hand. Hey, I'm here. All right. Let's get back to business. Make sure you follow Melikia K. Courtney YouTube. I wanted to share this last little bit. This is the 12 steps to personal liberation. Because I like, we talked about what's going on. We addressed the problems, right? We spoke about some of the essential things to understand. And these are your steps, your call to action, your implementation, your get it done. Acknowledge the cage. You must first see the bars to break them. Don't sit and pretend that they're not there. If they are there, they are there. Identify the limiting beliefs, bars. Identify the limiting patterns, those bars, the relationships, those bars, and the systems that have kept you feeling small, invisible, silent, scared, unimportant, unimpactful. Identify the cage. Like, get honest. To reclaim your voice. You are the only person who has your voice. Even if you run around triplets, you're the only person who has your voice. Reclaim your voice. Say what you weren't allowed to say. Maybe you need to whisper it at first. That's okay. But keep whispering it till it becomes firm conversation, and then raise your voice and speak it out. I am a public speaker. It is interesting and it's wonderful to be able to stand in front of a room, regardless of the size, and say what I need to say. It wasn't always that way. I remember being quiet. I remember feeling like I was silenced. I remember feeling like, okay, nobody wants to hear that, when it was just systems of belief that I had to unlearn. Okay. Ooh, let's go. Say what you weren't allowed to say. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. Speak the truth. A lot of folks get wrapped up into, this is my truth. Okay, fine. Speak your truth. I'm good with that. Speak your truth, but just make sure it is the truth. Same time. Let's work on that. Whisper it first if you need to, but let your soul begin to make sound again. Like let your soul breathe and get that air. Start talking. Start talking. Time to speak up. All right, 3. Forgive yourself for surviving. For those who got stuck in survival mode, I understand that. Been there too. Was stuck in a survival mode. Like for real, that's another conversation, and it's a fun one too. How about that? But right now, forgive yourself, even in something as simple as saying, I forgive me. I forgive me for being in survival mode. I forgive me for feeling that and leaving myself in that feeling and not taking an action to create something better, bigger, different, and move me forward. Okay. You did what you did. You did what you had to do. Forgive you. Release any shame that you're holding on to, shame that is locked into any choice that you had to make or felt you had to make while you were in survival mode. Forgive. Self-forgiveness is that key that unlocks your next level. Like you can unlock the door for yourself because you locked that door yourself. All right. Forgive yourself for surviving. 4. Feel what you've buried. Freedom can't live under oppression or repression, damn near not depression. Get the pictures? So grieve, rage, sit with the sadness and get into your emotions, climb in to the emotional truth that clears up the stupid and the fog and the misunderstandings and the things between yourself. Clean it up with yourself. You really can't clean it up with somebody else. You clean it up with yourself, because even when you're trying to clean it up with another person, and I encourage that as well, you still have the work of defining what's going on. Those cages, the bars, you still have to define that. Can't nobody do that for you. Somebody can work with you, i.e. coach, can work with you once we've done that work, but that's always the first work. What's going on? All right, I'll point you back to the awareness. So feel what you've buried. Grief, rage, save the emotions, release. All right, 5. Break the loyalty to pain. You do not have to remain loyal to pain. Oh my God, I used to hold on to this one particular pain because I didn't want to forget it, because I felt like if I forgot it, I would possibly find myself falling into it again. So don't forget, right? Hold on to it. Let it go. You don't have to be loyal to pain, let it go. Just because it's familiar doesn't mean that it's safe. It is not good for you. I can tell you that. I had a conversation this week. I had a lot of conversations now. I talk to lots of folks, yay. And what I was sharing was, it was about tears. It is, and it was with a man. It is for men to cry. Gent was making it real clear why he doesn't move in emotions and this, that, and the third. And I get it and I respect it and I'm at, but I offer perspective, and that's what I could do. And we reasoned from there, which was good. It is for us to grieve. It is for us to cry, or we wouldn't have the ability to. All right. Am I saying wallow, die, lay, lament, plan? Nah, I ain't saying all that. But deal with your emotions. Like, deal with it. Build collective style, because it's coming to collect. Okay. Keep that in mind. Gotta move forward. Cut ties with suffering as your identity. My folks who insist on being martyrs, folks who are given to exaggerating what occurred. It has to be made bigger and big enough to crawl into and live in. If you find that that is your personality, deal with that. All right. Unlearn the lie. You're not too much. You're not enough. Unlearn that lie. Identify the beliefs that were planted in fear. Most of the times they were planted in fear to control you. Okay, so find those and consider them like dandelions or some sort of root you don't want in your yard. Pull it up. Get to the root of it, though. Got to get to the root of those things. Unlearn the lies. What are they? Do you know that you are living some lies? Is that news to you? Because sometimes it can be news to us that we're experiencing these things and this is happening. We don't know why. That is why, again, I harp on introspection. Know thyself. Know thyself. That will literally answer half of the issue. Know yourself. All right, gotta keep moving. You want to practice radical self-belonging. You don't have to earn your place. This was a real big thing. used to be a time where, especially when I was younger, growing up, walk in a room and nothing looks like me, and the energy of the room and the behavior of the room and the whispers of the room and some of the people in the room who are bold enough to say it, you don't belong here. And I'll take you back to, I want to say, it was maybe 2nd or 3rd grade. There was a book. It was kind of blues and purples, and it was buildings, kind of clouded out. But what it had on it was, I welcome myself to a new place. I welcome myself to a new place. And what the cover of that book did for me was it gave me a thumbprint, a fingerprint. I welcome myself. So when walking into places, I began to welcome myself, even if the surrounding company wasn't welcome. Even if I was the youngest XYZ executive and nobody wanted to listen to a damn thing I said and give me a hard time, especially because of my skin and because I have a vagina. It was great. So my point is, I welcome myself. If you need to welcome yourself, well, damn it, do that. Practice radical self-belonging. I love me. It's not an optional. It's not a mystery. It's not a theory. It is practiced, and it is so. I love me. I belong with me. And I get to belong with others as well. First things first. Okay, keep it moving. Standing who you are, standing who you are, standing who you are without apology, without a performance or what some would call perfection. Dang, I had a lot of conversations last week. Had a conversation about perfection. Here's the thing. I am perfect. I am perfectly Melikia. I cannot be perfectly you because I was not designed to do that. And you cannot be perfectly me because you were not designed to do that. But I am perfectly me. Some systems insist that you are broken, filthy, unworthy, and all these things, and someone has to come and make you lovable or love worthy. That's a lie. Flat out. Be mad. Okay, great. Let's go. Choose sacred boundaries. Freedom without boundaries is freaking chaos. Freaking chaos. Learn how to say no. Learn how to walk away. Close the door that keeps letting in harm. When you're finding that you are constantly being hurt and hurt and hurt, it's probably time to close the door and stop letting in the harm. Boundaries protect who you are becoming, or even who you've become. For those who've been in the water and doing the work and becoming who they desire to be, boundaries help you be. Okay, get your boundaries in place. Reconnect with joy and pleasure. I believe in playtime. I believe in joy. I believe in pleasure. It's not a distraction. It is not a distraction. It's a direction. When I'm doing masterminds or teaching and coaching, I insist that people put something on their calendar. Where's your fun? Where's your joy? Where's your pleasure? Are you just like 120 on the week? Work, 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 work. And I love Rihanna, but damn, dude, come on now. Where's your joy? And I also believe in setting the distraction in place, like my desired distractions. If I want to distract myself, if I want to be distracted into something, I'm going to choose what I'm getting distracted into. Something that's going to be joyful and pleasurable. I do not want to be distracted and distraught. I would like to have some joy and pleasure in my chosen distractions, because distractions come. Claim what delights you. Pleasure is not indulgent. It's restorative, it's healing, it's revolutionary. Okay? Restorative, healing, revolutionary. Tend to you. Live aligned with truth. If you find that you are misaligned with truth, knock it off. Like for real. If you are, oh, it's just, I just didn't want to have the conversation. That's a big one. Or I don't want to own up to it, or like whatever fabric you choose to sew together to cover the lie, stop it. Be honest. Live aligned with truth. Liberation means integrity. I can't say that enough. Integrity, integrity, integrity. Where is your integrity? Okay. Let your inner life and your outer life match. Even if it causes discomfort, Choose the truth. Choose the truth. Tell the truth. Be the truth. Emote the truth. Act the truth. Even when you mess up. Like, damn, I messed up. It was bad. Okay. Okay. Now what? Choose truth. 11. Walk in purpose, not performance. Please don't be doing things just for the sight of it. Like folks are content creators. I get that, right? When you're doing content creators, you're creating content and it's for this specific purpose. Okay, I'm doing. But is that your purpose? You know what I mean? For some people, some content creators, you can totally see this is their purpose. This is dope, this is that. But some folks is just, no. And that's just an example. Point being, walk in your purpose. Don't know what your purpose is? Time to find out? Okay, hit me up. Not performance. You are not here to impress. You are here to impact. Can't say that enough. You're not here to impress. You're here to impact. Okay. Let go of needing to prove yourself again. Align with what sets your spirit on fire. What makes your passion and your light and your love in you burn. The good burn. What does that for you? Might want to find out. Last one, and then we're getting up out of here. This is number 12. My dear, I have said it quite a lot. And this is definitely one for the push the replay button on. My note takers are different makers, and I hope y'all did that. Oops, that's when you knock stuff over. Your liberation is someone else's permission. Do you understand that? Your liberation is someone else's permission. So live free, and let the freedom ripple outwards. Impact. When you get up and you rise, others remember they can too. Over a month ago, waking up, and I literally heard rise. And I'm like, whoa, that was sovereign divine speaking. Rise. And I know that if I'm being called to rise, it is because someone behind me needs to rise too. So as I rise, I encourage you to do the same. Get up, wake up, increase your awareness, align with integrity, find you some creativity and some joy, indulge your passions, also get rest. This is that conversation. I see I have comments and I've been talking. Let me share these. You're actively rioting. That sounds fun. Enjoy. Okay, this is back and forth. Why, Lord? Why must we riot? That's what ministry is all about. You were quite right. Giving back. And live free. It's a lifestyle. It freaking is. Okay, so this was an energetic moment in conversation for me today, and it was important to share all of what I shared with you. I ask that, I don't ask this very often, but I ask that if you've watched this broadcast, this podcast, please share it, and let me share with you in the manner of which I mean. Directly copy the link, send it directly to people's phones, hit FB Messenger, and send it directly to folks. Hey, watch this, because this is that time for awareness. This is that time for we the people. This is that time for getting your go bag ready, getting your response tape ready. What are you going to do? Getting your self-preservation ready. Okay, and I do believe in our rights to bear arms. I do believe in our rights to give hands when necessary as well. Like, I prefer to keep my hands to myself. I love peace. I really do. And I pursue it. And same time, I understand that some people don't like folks pursuing peace. Some folks like madness and they won't smoke. That's sad. However, you do not have to be a victim. Know your rights. Exercise your rights. Don't let some just random person come up and yoke you up off the street telling you who they are while they're wearing Chuck Taylors with no badge and no paperwork. Get the hell on with that. Please do not stand by and watch someone else be taken advantage of. Okay. Partner, you're going to have to riot today because I'm already at 1 hour and 14 minutes. This was a lot. next week, I will satisfy the riot and share my music. I am Lady Molotov when I'm in the poetry streets. Okay, recording artist, you'll find me where I'm streaming all over the place, right? And that is a part of who I am. That's an aspect that I freaking love. I am quite passionate about performing. I will be performing at Manatee County's R&B and Seafood Festival on the 12th of July. And then August 9th, I will be handling some speaking duties. It's a back to school event. And I will be having some conversations, some wake-up conversations with the children, because that's important too, right? Looking forward to serving, looking forward to performing. I will meet you guys back here next Tuesday, same bad time, same bad channel. If it is a recording, that's okay too. But I think I will be live. All right, anyway, happy 4th of July. This is for those who celebrate independence. I love the fireworks and the food and the family and the fun. And I'm going to go enjoy all of that. And my birthday's a couple of days after that. So, J1, it's time for me to hit my birthday zone because we celebrating all month long. Pretty much what I'm on. All right. I have much, much love for you. Else I wouldn't take time to share this. Okay, great. Have a blessed week. Be awesome, amazing. Please hear me. Hear what I say. And the way my grandma used to say, hear what I'm saying to you. You listening? Okay, I hope so. Gotta end the stream now. See y'all next round. Bye. More buttons to push.
BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.